This is probably the most unique place we've stayed in here.
What's it like to live in a house floating on plastic bottles or hidden under a city's storm drains? People around the world call the most surprising places home, from sinking islands to volcano rims. Keep watching as we explore these unique homes that show human strength and creativity. First, we'll visit the shocking Las Vegas tunnels, then the disappearing nation of Tuvalu, and the daring Aogashima volcano village. Each stop reveals a story of survival and imagination. So stick around, because number 1, the Las Vegas tunnels, will leave you speechless. Number 20, Banwol and Bakji Islands, Purple Island. In 2015, South Korea's Banwol and Bakji Islands, part of Shinhan County, turned purple to boost tourism. Over 400 houses, bridges, and even telephone booths were painted lavender, inspired by the island's native bellflowers. Farmers planted 21,500 square meters of lavender and aster fields, creating a vibrant purple landscape. The islands, linked by the 547-meter Purple Bridge, welcomed 490,000 visitors by 2021. Covering just 59.97 square kilometers, the area has 3,071 residents across 63 islands, with Banwol and Bakji as the stars. Locals wear purple uniforms and serve purple rice, making it a dream for color lovers. The project revived a fading fishing community, earning a 2021 UN Tourism Village Award. Now let's explore a place where the dead outnumber the living by 1 million. Number 19, Colma, California. Colma, California, founded in 1924, is a tiny town of 2.2 square miles with 1,376 living residents and over 1.5 million graves across 17 cemeteries. San Francisco banned burials in 1900 and evicted cemeteries by 1912, relocating 150,000 bodies to Colma by 1941 at $10 per grave. Known as the City of Souls, it hosts notable figures like Wyatt Earp and Joe DiMaggio. The dead outnumber the living nearly 1,000 to 1, yet the town thrives with a $140,333 average household income and a diverse population. 45% Latino, 31% Asian. Its motto, "It's great to be alive in Colma," embraces its quirky identity. Let's head to a place where darkness never ends for months, and the aurora lights up the sky. Number 18, Longyearbyen. Longyearbyen, on Norway's Svalbard archipelago, sits at 78 degrees north, making it the world's northernmost town, with over 1,000 residents. Home to 2,400 people from 50 countries, it was founded in 1906 by American John Munro Longyear for coal mining. The town spans just 40 kilometers of roads, and snowmobiles outnumber people, with 4,000 in use. From October 26 to February 15th, polar night plunges Longyearbyen into 111 days of darkness, while midnight sun glows from April 20th to August 23rd. Polar bears, numbering 3,000 in Svalbard, roam nearby, so residents carry rifles outside town. The Svalbard Global Seed Vault, storing 2.5 billion seeds, sits nearby, safeguarding global food security. Average winter temperatures dip to minus 13 degrees Celsius, yet the community thrives with festivals like Solfestuca, celebrating the sun's return. Next, let's visit a desert town, where ancient caves offer a cool escape from the heat. Number 17, Matmata Cave City. Matmata, a small Berber town in southern Tunisia, is home to 2,116 people living in underground troglodyte homes, carved into soft sandstone. These dwellings, dug 7 meters deep and 10 meters wide, form circular pits with cave-like rooms around a central courtyard. Built over 700 years ago, they stay cool at 17 degrees Celsius, despite summer highs of 50 degrees Celsius. In 1969, floods exposed Matmata to the world, leading to a new above-ground village, but 1,200 homes remain in use. Some, like Hotel Sidi Driss, starred as Luke Skywalker's home in Star Wars. Berber symbols like fish and hands adorn walls for protection. Now let's float to a South American lake where homes are built from reeds. Number 16. Uros, floating islands. The Uros floating islands on Peru's Lake Titicaca are home to 1,200 Uros people living on 120 man-made islands crafted from totora reeds. Each island, measuring 15 to 30 meters long, supports 2 to 10 families and is anchored 20 meters deep. Built by layering reeds over a buoyant base, islands last 30 years but require weekly maintenance to prevent rot. The Uros, fleeing Inca, rule 500 years ago, fish, hunt birds, and trade with Puno, 7 kilometers away. Homes, schools, and boats are all reed-made, with solar panels powering 70% of islands since 2015. Water levels fluctuate 6 meters seasonally, demanding constant adaptation. Tourism, hosting 200,000 visitors yearly, sustains the economy. Let's dive deeper into history next, exploring a vast underground city that sheltered thousands long ago. Number 15. Derinkuyu Underground City. Derinkuyu Underground City in Turkey's Cappadocia region is an ancient marvel carved into volcanic tuff around 2000 BC by the Hittites. Spanning 18 levels and 85 meters deep, it housed 20,000 people during invasions. With 600 entrances, it features ventilated rooms, kitchens, churches, and wells, supplying 15,000 liters of water daily. Stone doors, weighing 500 kilograms, sealed levels for safety. Used as a refuge by early Christians in the 7th century, it stored food for months. Rediscovered in 1963, it now welcomes 300,000 tourists annually to explore 8 open levels. The stable 13 degrees Celsius temperature made it livable year-round. Narrow tunnels, some 50 centimeters wide, ensured defense. Now, let's climb to a Chinese cliff village where residents once scaled ladders to reach their homes. Number 14. Atulie'er Cliff Village. Atulie'er, a 200-year-old village in Sichuan, China, sits 800 meters up a cliff in Jiaozhui County. Once home to 72 Yi minority families, it gained fame in 2016 when photos showed children climbing 17 rattan sky ladders to school, a 2-hour trip. 8 deaths were reported from falls. In 2016, the government built a 2,556-step steel ladder, cutting travel time. By 2020, 84 households moved to Jiaozhui's new apartments, 75 kilometers away, with modern amenities like running water. Each paid 2,500 yuan per person for homes up to 100 square meters. 30 households stayed, turning the village into a tourist spot with 5G and plans for a cable car. Let's dive into a luxury hotel where you sleep 5 meters underwater surrounded by fish. Number 13. Muraka Underwater Hotel. The Muraka, opened in 2018 at Conrad Maldives' Rangali Island, is the world's first underwater hotel suite, 5 meters below the Indian Ocean. Its 180-degree acrylic dome bedroom, part of a 600-ton structure, offers views of coral reefs and fish, housing up to 9 guests. Built in Singapore for $15 million, it was shipped to Alifu Tealu Atoll and secured with 10 concrete piles. The 6,000 square foot villa includes 2 above-water bedrooms, a gym, infinity pool, and 24-hour butler service. A night costs $50,000, with 70,000 visitors annually to the resort. Scuba divers clean the glass daily, ensuring clear views of whale sharks and manta rays. Guests arrive by private seaplane, 30 minutes from Malé. Now let's travel to an Australian desert where homes are carved underground to beat the scorching heat. Number 12. Coober Pedy, underground houses. Coober Pedy, a South Australian outback town of 1,500 people, thrives in a desert where summer temperatures hit 50 degrees Celsius, hot enough for birds to fall from the sky. Since opal mining began in 1915, about 50% of residents live in dugouts, homes carved into sandstone hillsides. These 4-meter deep dwellings maintain a steady 23 degrees Celsius, saving on air conditioning. A 3-bedroom dugout, complete with kitchen and bathroom, costs about $50,000 to excavate, similar to a surface home. Ventilation shafts dot the landscape, and some homes, like Faye's underground home, built by 3 women from 1962 to 1972, draw 20,000 tourists yearly. The town's 250,000 mine shafts pose risks, with warning signs everywhere. Let's journey to a Japanese village next, where scarecrows outnumber people, filling the streets with silent company. Number 11. Nagoro Village. Nagoro Village, nestled in Japan's Iya Valley on Shikoku Island, has just 27 residents but over 350 life-size scarecrows, crafted by 72-year-old Tsukimi Ayano since 2002. She started with one resembling her father to scare birds, but after neighbors mistook it for him, she made more to honor those who died or left. Each doll, stuffed with newspaper and cotton, takes 3 days to create and mimics real people, like farmers or school children. The school, closed in 2012, now houses 12 scarecrow pupils. The village, once home to 300, draws 3,000 tourists yearly to its annual Scarecrow Festival. Japan's aging crisis, with 40% of rural areas depopulated, shapes Nagoro's quiet streets. Let's sail to a Cambodian village next, where homes float on water and boats are the only way to get around. If you're enjoying this video, give it a like and drop a comment with your thoughts on these amazing homes. Your feedback keeps us going. Number 10. Kampong Luong Floating Village. Kampong Luong, on Cambodia's Tonle Sap Lake in Pursat Province, houses over 10,000 people across 5 floating villages. Built on bamboo and plastic barrels, homes float 1 to 4 meters above water, moving with seasonal lake shifts up to 7 kilometers yearly. Since the 1970s, many ethnic Vietnamese residents, stateless after fleeing conflict, live here, denied land ownership. Fishing drives the economy, with 150 fish species, including Tre Riel for Prahok paste. The lake's water, used for bathing and waste, causes health issues. Diarrhea kills 1 in 5 children under 5. Floating schools, pagodas, and markets serve 1,200 families, with 200,000 tourists annually. Homestays like Seng Leases offer $4 beds and $13 boat tours. Let's sail to a Brazilian hillside next, where a vibrant community stacks homes high in a bustling urban maze, eager to share its story. Number 9. Rocha Settlement. Rocha, Rio de Janeiro's largest favela, sprawls across a steep hillside in the South Zone, housing 100,000 people in just 1 square kilometer. Starting as a shantytown in 1929, it's now a concrete and brick neighborhood with 31,000 households, 90% with electricity and basic plumbing. Despite 28 sub-neighborhoods buzzing with banks, pharmacies, and TV Rocinha, health challenges persist. It leads Latin America in tuberculosis cases. The 2022 census noted a 10% population rise since 2010, reaching 70,000 officially, though locals estimate 200,000. The Sankofa Museum, founded in 2007, preserves Rocinha's history, showcasing Tomoyo indigenous roots and countering stereotypes. Community groups drive art and tourism with 150 daily visitors in 2023. Let's venture to a man-made island next, built from discarded plastic bottles, floating freely in the Caribbean. Number 8. Richard Sowa's Plastic Bottle Island. Off Isla Mujeres, Mexico, Joixi Island floats on 150,000 recycled plastic bottles, built by British artist Richard Sowa, starting in 2007. After his first island, Spiral Island, used 250,000 bottles, but was destroyed by Hurricane Emily in 2005, Sowa created this 25-meter-wide eco-paradise. Nets hold bottles beneath plywood, sand, and mangroves, whose roots strengthen the structure. The 3-story home has 2 bedrooms, a compost toilet, solar panels, and a wave-powered washing machine. Sowa grows tomatoes and hibiscus, collects rainwater, and welcomed 10,000 tourists yearly until storms damaged it in 2018, leading to its removal. Now he's crowdfunding for a new island in Brazil. Let's explore a tiny nation next, where 27 people live on a platform the size of 2 tennis courts, defying international recognition. Number 7. Sealand. Sealand, a micronation in the North Sea, claims to be the world's smallest country, covering 550 square meters on Ruff's Tower, a World War II Monsell sea fort, 12 kilometers off Suffolk, England. Founded on September 2, 1967 by Paddy Roy Bates, a former British Army major, it houses just 27 people, mostly caretakers. The Bates family, led by Prince Michael since Roy's 2012 death, issued a 1975 constitution, flag, anthem, and currency. In 1978, German mercenaries seized the platform, holding Michael hostage, but he retook it with shotguns in a helicopter raid. Sealand sells titles online with 5,000 lords and ladies, including Ed Sheeran, and earns $500,000 yearly. A 1968 UK court ruled it outside British waters, bolstering its claim. Let's journey to a remote Japanese island next, where a tiny village thrives inside an active volcano, waiting to amaze you. Number 6. Aogashima. Aogashima, a volcanic island 358 kilometers south of Tokyo in the Izu archipelago, is home to Japan's smallest village with 169 residents as of 2018. Covering 5.96 square kilometers, it's a double caldera, with the 1.5 kilometer wide Ikenosawa crater housing a smaller active volcano, Maruyama. Its last eruption, from 1781 to 1785, killed 140 of 327 islanders, forcing survivors to flee for 50 years. Steep cliffs make access tough. A daily helicopter from Hachijojima, 71 kilometers away, carries 9 passengers, while ferries cancel 60% of trips due to rough seas. Residents use geothermal vents to cook eggs and heat saunas, producing 180 kilograms of rare Hingya salt monthly from seawater. The island's 423-meter Otembu Peak offers starry views, drawing 1,000 tourists yearly. Let's visit a sinking Pacific nation next, where rising seas threaten to erase an entire country. Number 5. Tuvalu. Tuvalu, a Pacific nation of 9 atolls, houses 11,000 people across 26 square kilometers, with its highest point just 4.6 meters above sea level. Over the past 30 years, sea levels have risen 15 centimeters, 1.5 times the global average, and NASA projects a 1-meter rise by 2100, submerging 95% of Funafuti, home to 60% of residents. Saltwater has ruined groundwater, forcing reliance on 2,000 rainwater tanks. In 2023, Australia agreed to take 280 Tuvaluans annually, but many, like youth leader Grace Mulley, vow to stay, fighting for their culture. Tuvalu's 2024 constitutional changes ensure its statehood, even if underwater, securing maritime boundaries. Let's shift to a bustling Cairo slum next, where a community transforms mountains of trash into a lifeline, ready to surprise you with their ingenuity. Number 4. Manshiyat Nasser, Garbage City. Manshiyat Nasser, Cairo's garbage city, is a 5.54 square kilometer slum at Macadam Hill's base, home to 60,000 Zabaleen, mostly Coptic Christians. Since the 1940s, these garbage people have collected Cairo's 14,000 daily tons of waste, recycling 85%, far above global averages. Families sort plastics, metals, and paper in homes lacking water or sewage, earning $860 per ton of plastic. In 2009, a swine flu scare led to the culling of 350,000 pigs, vital for organic waste, crippling incomes. The 2023 Mesaha charity teaches 200 kids to craft toys from trash, fostering pride. St. Samajin Church, seating 15,000, anchors the community. Despite hardships, 22 resident-owned plants export recycled goods to Europe. Let's ascend to a Peruvian city next, perched at 5,100 meters, where gold miners endure conditions that push human survival to the edge. Number 3. La Rinconada, Peru. La Rinconada, perched at 5,100 meters in Peru's Andes, is the world's highest permanent settlement, home to 50,000 people. Gold mining drives life here, with 250 small-scale mines producing 2 tons of gold yearly, worth $140 million. Mercury used to extract gold pollutes the Anania River, affecting 80% of drinking water sources. Sub-zero temperatures, averaging -5 degrees Celsius, and thin air with 50% less oxygen than sea level, cause chronic altitude sickness for 30% of residents. No sewage or garbage systems exist. Trash burns openly. Homes, mostly tin shacks, lack heating, and only 40% have electricity. The population surged 235% from 2000 to 2012, drawn by gold's lure, yet life expectancy hovers at 50 years. Let's drift to a Nigerian lagoon next, where a sprawling slum floats on water, revealing a community's fight for survival. Number 2. Makoko, Slum. Makoko, a sprawling slum on Lagos, Nigeria's Yaba Lagoon, supports 100,000 people in 1 square kilometer. Since the 1800s, Egan and Yor, invoice fishermen, have lived in wooden homes on stilts, elevated 2 meters above water using timber and plastic drums. The community catches 40% of Lagos's fish, about 2 million kilograms yearly, but lacks sanitation. 90% of waste pollutes the lagoon, causing cholera outbreaks affecting 1,500 people annually. No roads exist, with 5,000 canoes serving as transport. Schools like Wanyina teach 200 students on floating platforms. In 2012, demolitions displaced 3,000 residents, but rebuilding persists. Despite floods submerging 30% of homes yearly, Makoko's spirit shines through vibrant markets and music. Let's venture beneath a dazzling city next, where hidden tunnels shelter thousands in conditions that will shock you. Number 1. Las Vegas Tunnels. Beneath Las Vegas's glitzy strip, 1,500 people live in 600 miles of flood control tunnels built in the 1990s. These dark, damp concrete passages, stretching under casinos like Caesar's Palace, shelter the homeless from 120-degree summers and 30-degree winters. Residents, including former casino workers and veterans, build makeshift homes with plywood, mattresses, and salvaged solar panels. Flash floods, racing at 30 miles per hour during monsoons, have killed at least 2 yearly, with 70% of belongings lost in 2023 storms. Drug use, especially fentanyl and xylazine, affects 80% of dwellers, causing wounds and infections. Shine a Light, a nonprofit, helped 371 people exit in 2023, offering food and treatment, but rising rents of up to 20% from 2022 to 2023 push more underground. We've reached the end. If you love this video, like, subscribe for more, and comment which home shocked you most. Your support means the world to us.